Recording. Did you guys watch the Tyson fight?
Oh my god. I told Frank we should talk about that.
You wanted me to look up the fighters that were fighting.
So you have the names on point?
Yeah, we have the names on point, but I didn't. I think the women fighting put more of a show than anyone.
Wait, so I only saw Paul and Tyson fighting. There were women fighting as well?
There was like 3 other matches before that fight.
3 preliminary matches before that. Yeah. It was a Brazilian guy versus a guy from India. There was 2 Mexican fighters for their world title.
Nice.
And there was a woman, two women. One's from Ireland. The other one was from Puerto Rico.
Who won?
And
let me guess, the Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was
She was fighting kind of dirty though.
It was a huge controversy because she was fighting dirty.
Why? What happened?
He was headbutting.
She busted the girl's eyebrow and then later headbutted it again. I posted a picture on my story.
I saw that. Yeah, that was fucking gruesome.
Yeah.
Damn.
Her eyelid was just hanging.
She the Puerto Rican lady, she outboxed the Irish girl by. He did way better than her, but she ended up losing either way, and everyone was kind of upset about it.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it.
Was it a knockout or?
No.
No, it was. What round was it when she busted?
It was I don't know.
Probably halfway through, and they asked her if they wanted her to stop because I said it first. I was like, she's gonna need stitches.
Her eye was hanging
Yeah, it looked gnarly. Yeah.
Well, it started out with just a gash, and then she kept hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, so it got bigger and bigger. Oh,
damn! So she was headbutting the shit out of her.
Well, here and there, but even the Irish girl, she had blood all over her from the other girl.
Oh, damn! That's intense.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How do they even judge boxing? Is it by the number of hits?
Yeah,
right.
And I think the area that's hit is more
the
points.
Body, the head, the chest. Jabs. If it's hooks or uppercuts, they count.
Oh, okay. So it's all very systematic.
The Puerto Rican girl had thrown a lot of punches, and she landed a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's more points when you actually land it versus when you attempt.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude. Tyson and Paul was such a fucking travesty. I was watching it going why isn't Tyson just unleashing on him?
They hyped that shit up so much.
So much for nothing. It was so disappointing to
publicity.
Not only that, we were watching it on our TV and it kept on showing that little circle.
Yeah.
Loading. We're
he was getting so mad. He's like, what the hell's up with our internet? And so he goes to plug it into the PlayStation instead.
Yeah.
And it was still doing the same thing.
Yeah, everyone was experiencing that.
Our TV was breaking.
Netflix wasn't prepared for as many people that were watching it. I don't think their servers were able to handle that much.
How many people do you think watched it?
Millions of people.
Millions. Probably hundreds of millions, right?
I'm guessing, yeah. Over 60 million households. Our son just corrected us, so.
Oh, nice.
He was watching.
Quiet down, boy.
He was so disappointed too because he was looking forward to that fight because he's he's a legend to you guys growing up. I want to see him, get down.
My older brother called me a few hours before the fight started, and he was like, "Yeah, it'd be like old times when my dad used to take me and my older brother to a friend's house to go watch the boxing match."
Oh, nice.
Because remember back in those days, we were poor. And we couldn't afford pay-per-view or didn't have cable.
Right.
We relied on, my father's friends to go watch events like that. And it was just watching someone who I grew, beating up someone. But as old as he was, he kind of tried his best, I would say. But
no.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying at all.
It seemed like it was rehearsed.
It did. It totally did.
Did a good job hyping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there's some crackling coming through.
Is it my chair?
It's probably your chair.
No, it's when you guys talk. It'll probably just go away on its own. It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it kind of seemed staged, honestly. Tyson wasn't throwing nearly as many punches as you think just somebody would.
Especially as much shit as they talked about each other. Well, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to kick his ass.
Right.
And then they were just like standing there.
They seriously were. It was like Paul was waiting for him to swing and then just like occasionally unleashing on him. It was fucking embarrassing. It was so sad.
That was. I
Yeah.
just imagine all the hate we would have got if people actually had to pay to see it.
I know, right?
Yep.
Fuck. I mean, the people in the fucking arena, they must have been so pissed.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was Dallas Cowboy fans, so who gives a fuck about them?
What do you mean? Was it in Texas?
I was
Yeah.
in Texas, Arlington,
Oh, okay.
Texas.
They had the cheerleaders there too performing.
Oh, were those the ring card girls?
Oh, they actually had like the
Yeah,
actual cheerleaders.
it was
They had them too, but there was the actual cheerleaders.
the cowboy cheerleaders were right there, and
Why?
they were performing. Was looking at me like,
don't you fucking look. Why would they have the cowboy cheerleaders there, though? What does that have to do with
it
boxing?
was at the Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, I see. I didn't know. I'm so unfamiliar with that whole world. I don't know anything about it. Is that a new Dodgers sign above the Mortal Kombat game?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
Sick. Nice.
Oh, and then look at he's got his other flag too.
Yeah, that
Fuck yeah.
flag right there that says Dodgers World Series champions.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
24.
I got him something else too, but he can't get it till Christmas.
What are you guys going to do for Christmas? Are you going to go back home to Pedro or?
No, we're just gonna stay here.
Nah, it snowed today a lot. It snowed a lot today.
Nice.
Over here, and to drive back home around this time and conditions is kind of dangerous. So
Not only that, I can't even get out of work. I can't even get my own daughter's birthday off.
Damn, what? Really?
Well, because I'm one of the managers, so I have to be there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's retail, and yeah, I'm
That's
mandatory to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so.
Oh, man, that's going to
And
be...
plus, yeah, driving to California in the snow is too far of a distance.
And we have nowhere else to stay. I mean, everyone's like want to see us and like, oh, come to this house, come to this house, come over here, and everyone's like hours and hours away from each other. Not like that far, but LA traffic.
Well, yeah, you're stuck in traffic half the time. So
Yeah,
we
sure.
said, you know what? Next time we go on vacation, we're just going to go for us. We're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because we never get to enjoy our vacation. Every time we're out, we're just pleasing everybody else, you know?
Yeah.
Right, right. I mean, how can you even vacation with 4 kids? That must be so stressful.
Well, it's easier now because most of them are teens.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when they were in diapers, yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
Plus, 2 of them would get car sick all the time. I think they outgrew that. So, like, we'd have to pull over.
Oh.
Remember, Frankie, as soon as we'd have to pull over, let him throw up on the side of the road. Oh my gosh. It's just, yeah.
And they got that for me because when my dad used to take us to Mexico,
Yeah.
I used to get car sick all the time.
Mm. I used to get land
Actually,
sick.
when we first moved out here, made it to Vegas to pull over, and our youngest threw up all over the car seat. We were renting a car at that time.
Oh, God. That's
Wait,
Yeah.
you said you got land sick?
I used to get land sick. So did my brother. Growing up,
You were used to the motion?
because I was used to the motion on the boat that
That makes sense, yeah.
I think 2 years in a row I threw up on the same girl in the middle of class in 3rd and then 4th
Oh my-
grade. She just always happened to be sitting across from me, and I remember just like all of a sudden being all dizzy for no reason and just vomiting on this same chick. Shout out Whitney.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the size of the boat, Hensley. Motion of the ocean.
Right. But at the same time, I wasn't allowed to tell people that I lived on a boat. My father swore us to secrecy because I went to elementary school in Cerritos, which is like 20 miles away from Pedro, which is way outside of the district. And he literally said, if you tell people that you live on a boat, they're going to kick you out of school. So I couldn't explain what was happening to me every time I got sick on this girl. I just had to like, I don't know, lie
Oh, no.
or whatever. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Ew. No, I get that. Remember when we went on the cruise and every time we'd get off the ship, we just kind of feel like, oh.
Yeah, you feel like
Right.
unsteady on your legs. Like,
Yeah,
you can't catch balance, for sure.
We weren't even on there that long. I can imagine living on it.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's worse.
I wouldn't recommend it. But, yeah. Maybe it's the internet connection. I don't know. I don't know. This is all confusing. To anybody watching this episode, please fucking help us. Sponsor the podcast so that all our friends and us can get fucking rich and not live like this anymore. Well, you guys are good. But
Well, we had our experiences with microphone issues because when we did our podcast, we were using the mic like we're using right now. Was this or the other mic that is right here? It used to cancel one of our voices out. And with some of our episodes, we're like, damn, I can't fix that. So we kind of like just published it like that, and you can hear her like just barely talking, or you can barely understand her.
Yeah,
and that's why I decided to get 2 laptops or more computers. That way we can separate.
Right, smart.
Different rooms. That way we don't cancel each other out.
Right.
So people who are listening to our episode in season 1, they're probably like, "Man, these guys don't know what they're doing."
I think you guys sound pretty good. I mean, every episode I've listened to, I don't hear any technical difficulties.
The one with David, my friend.
Yeah.
That's the one when Lonnie starts talking, you can barely understand her. She's like, blah, blah, blah,
okay.
Blah, blah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely a steep learning curve to this whole podcasting thing. I literally have dreams about podcasting and like future episodes. I'm like, maybe I should stop for a while. It's literally affecting my sleep.
So I sent Joe Rogan an email about how to become successful like him, and he hasn't replied back at all.
Ah, damn, he's too busy kissing Trump's ass now. Fucking sellout.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that Trump won.
I was surprised. I didn't think that was going to happen, honestly. I thought more people would vote for the Democrats. I don't like either of the candidates. I think they're both bad people. But
I agree.
Yeah, I was just really surprised that Kamala lost. But at the same time, looking back, it's like, no shit, right? Like, what did they do to get people to vote for them? They've enacted no policies, that they're funding genocide in Palestine. Like, of course everyone's going to vote.
Hold up.
Anyways, how are you guys doing? You guys enjoying life?
Ready for the holidays to be over.
We're just talking about how stressful this time of year is for us. When we were kids, we used to enjoy it. We used to love Christmas, but now as that we're parents and we have to pay for everything, it sucks.
It's a lot of work for sure. I mean, how do you go about deciding what to buy for 4 children?
Well, not only that, our youngest daughter, her birthday's on the 19th of December.
Damn. So you have to make it so how do you handle that? You make it like a double thing? Do you combine it with Christmas or?
Last year we had a party for her, but we feel bad having a party because we don't want people to feel like they have to buy presents on Christmas presents.
Right. For sure.
So this year I think we're just gonna go out to dinner as a family and go bowling.
Oh, that's cool.
But she wants to invite her friends, which is kind of hard too because all the families, everyone's trying to save up for Christmas, and they don't want to spend money on so.
Yeah,
I totally get it. My mom and brother and son are all born in January, right after Christmas.
Oh yeah, right after.
Yeah, so it's definitely a financial strain, for sure. Yeah, it must be.
We still try to keep it separate for her, but it's hard.
Yeah, for sure. It must be beautiful out there, though. I mean, I love snow. I hate being in it, but I think it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I went to work today actually on my day off, and of course the first day it snowed, and I had to freaking go through a blizzard.
That sucks.
As soon as I got to my job, it was like nothing. It just snowed where we lived.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So my job is 20 minutes away, and it wasn't snowing over there.
Oh, that's crazy. And you guys are in the mountains, right? Kind of?
Yeah, we're more towards the mountains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
We don't live in the mountains, but we're
close.
Yeah.
We're close to the mountains, yeah.
Well, you've got that beautiful mountain right behind your backyard, right?
Yeah, there's a mountain lion scare a month ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mountain lion that was
5 minutes away from our house.
Yeah.
I was walking my kids to their bus stop because I wasn't going to be that parent. was gonna let their kid walk by themselves and like, well, I didn't know there was a mountain lion.
Right. That would suck.
They get mauled to death.
Oh my god, yeah. That's pretty terrifying. All we have out here is like coyotes. I think the mountain lions are all like really far away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen a javelina? Do you know what that is?
What's that?
A javelina?
Sounds familiar.
It looks like a pig, but it's actually more closely related to rodents. So it looks like a half like boar that is pretty huge. Like it comes up to like your chest. And it also looks like half rat at the same time. And people hunt and eat them out here, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say chupacabra, chupacabra.
Do they say what it like tastes like? Like similar?
Like gamey. Like I honestly think that I was tricked into eating some javelina one time by a coworker who used to hunt and like make his own jerky and stuff, and it was delicious. it kind of tastes like elk or like deer. Like it's got that like gamey meat quality to it.
Oh, okay.
Frank, I'm surprised you're not into hunting.
I don't hunt anything that's not trying to kill me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you're like the predator.
There's no sport in killing something.
True.
I mean, I get it. If you're hungry, then yeah, you know,
Right.
the necessity calls for it. But
Yeah.
hunting just to make yourself feel better,
Right. That
I'm
really
not
is.
into that.
That is what it is, huh? Like just trying to prove to yourself that you're a man, like that you're able to kill something. Try being an 8-year-old on a boat, fucking decapitating sharks and shit. that teaches you the fucking value of life. Yeah, I've been working since I was 8 years old. So what happened at the Ogden Cemetery?
Well, want to start it off when we got there?
Oh, how I scared you in the car first.
Oh, well, okay. So I was driving, so because I'm the most experienced driver here.
Plus, I can't see at night.
Yeah.
My eyes suck.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have that problem too. Yeah.
When we were like 2 minutes away, I was driving. My friend was in the back seat, and she was right there, passenger. And all of a sudden, she screams. But what did you say?
I was literally like, man, we're so close to a Jack in the Box. I wish there was one right here. And all of a sudden, I see one. 'Cause we don't have a lot of Jack Boxes out here. And that's like my go-to spot.
We have three. We have three out here in Utah.
Really?
So I seen one and I went, oh, like
Nice.
that. And they both like went, what? Like freaked out.
I stomped on the brakes thinking there was someone in front of me or something.
And all I wanted was my damn tacos.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 2 tacos, right? You always got to get the 2 tacos from Jack in the Box.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so a little context, Ogden is north of Salt Lake. There's a Taco Bell up there in Ogden. The other one's in South Salt Lake, which is a place called Midville. And then the other one is all the way in St. George, which is like borderline Arizona.
About 4 hours away.
4 hours away south from us.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, those are the three Jack in the Boxes out here.
Yeah.
Is Utah mostly like undeveloped? Is Salt Lake the only big city?
No, it's growing a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
well,
But-
compared to other states like California and Texas, yeah, we don't have that many people out here, but
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of people out here because of California.
They were actually
Yeah.
talking about making another freeway out here, but there's a lot of people
Oh,
against
okay.
it because they don't want to expand because then it's gonna give more people a reason to come out.
The reason why they don't want to expand is because it's going to get
Prices up and
not a price
Not white people.
taxes for us, more taxes that we got to pay, and people don't want that out here.
Yeah, for
Nick.
sure. Huh.
When we first came out here, we got a lot of dirt looks because of our license plates from our cars because it had California license plates.
Right.
So now, every time we're driving on the freeway and we see a California license plate, I'm like, bastards.
I even got dirty looks because of like my tattoos and my hair.
That's so
And I was
crazy.
wearing a tank top. God forbid I was wearing a tank top.
Yeah.
So
It's like the fucking
they just looked
Vatican. Yeah.
they just looked at me in shame, and I'm like, damn, you don't even know me.
Remember when
I-
we sent the
I was just gonna say I get kind of the same treatment out here for wearing like band T-shirts and wearing all black. Like people stare me up and down and they act like they're afraid of me because I'm dressed in all black. It's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I honestly blame Trump for that. Before Trump became president, Arizona used to be a much more like freaky state, and then once he became president, all the racists and all the white supremacists and just the hatred really like came out in people. Sorry to make it political, but like I've watched.
You're right. I think people grew balls when you know what I mean, like because they heard him talk like that, and
exactly.
Now,
yeah.
I agree on that part.
He really
hatred came out.
He made them feel like they could be open with their hatred, and Arizona hasn't been the same. Even though they voted blue in the last election, they voted overwhelmingly red in this election. The entire country did. It's fucking crazy. Have you guys seen the maps?
Then, like, I'm wondering if people were afraid of another riot from the cap. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like
you think like the Democrats were? Do you think maybe some Democrats voted red because they were afraid of another insurrection?
I don't know. I mean, never know.
That's a very.
I was
sensitive subject right there.
I was worried, honestly, if he lost, like what was going to happen again? Because look what happened last time. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if people were like terrified for that.
They tried to assassinate him.
Yeah, that too.
Have you gone into detail about that?
No, I just think it's funny.
Okay.
I think honestly, I think he deserves to die for what he's done to this country. Honestly.
Oh man.
Oh, you're entitled to your opinion.
I know that's an intense thing to say, but I mean, look what he's done. Look at all this division and this hatred, and I blame the Democrats too for just being hateful in their own way. You know what I mean? And
it's both sides. Yeah, each party has its own hate,
and there shouldn't be sides, right? Like everybody should be independent. You should think for yourself and not have to rely on a group to enforce your ideals. And you can't rely on politicians or governments to do anything right. That's just like world history. You know, like, I don't know. What were you going to say, Frank? I'm sorry.
I forgot. It was about the assassination attempt. So much stuff I can go into detail about it, but
my bad.
It's not going into it.
Okay, so
so the cemetery. So after her little like uppers, oh my God, there's a jack in the box, scared the hell out of me and my friend in the back.
Yeah.
We get to the cemetery and we're the first ones there.
We're waiting around and like, okay, no one's here.
Yeah, and we go outside.
Cat.
Yeah, she saw a cat and she posted it on her Instagram.
That cat loved me.
Nice.
Okay, like I called it, it came, and then it followed. I was like, you need to come home with me. He's like, nope, we already have 5.
Yeah,
for sure. Dude, I've been a cat person my whole life, and cats hate me now for some reason. Maybe I have like a bad energy nowadays, but like there's a stray cat that lives in my apartment complex. It loves everybody else but me. Every time I try to pet it, it fucking runs away, and it just runs.
Are your band shirts?
What? The band shirts? Yeah.
Band shirts.
You fucking punk rock fruit! Get away from me! Yeah, for sure.
I don't like your title for your podcast, purr.
Let's ruin our lives. That's stupid. What is that, literal? But yeah, so what happened in Ogden? What do you mean you guys were the first people at the cemetery? What is it, like a destination?
They're supposed to be like you pay for some tickets. It's a group thing. Yeah.
So Advanced Paranormal is the name of the people who are
who hosted the venue.
Oh, okay.
They have permission to be there. They pay the cemetery to be there.
What?
So they were setting up inside the cemetery. We had to drive like literally like 5 minutes.
It's a big cemetery too, so there's no way we could have like seen them.
Yeah. So we were waiting in the.
Is it for veterans?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's for whoever wants to have a good time. They're the same people.
No, I mean
he went to the event.
It's the Ogden National Cemetery, right?
It's just a regular cemetery.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
So they have a lot of people who were the pioneers, the Mormons who came out here first.
Oh,
a lot of them are buried over there.
Oh, I see.
So when we get there, we're the first ones there, and there's no signs of them, telling us where to go. And there's more people coming in, and then finally, like after 15 minutes, when we were supposed to start, was a person, oh, you guys got to drive inside. So we drove inside.
Huh.
And then
we were like going in circles.
Going in circles because we were following this guy, and like, who's kind of.
That guy was weird. I'm sorry.
Was kind of creepy.
What was weird about him?
He just would like I just got like pedophile vibes from him.
Ah, fuck, yeah.
I did not
I
get.
got that.
I didn't get
he
pedophile.
he just looked like a creep that wanted to like just.
Yeah. You know what?
I mean? Like,
I experienced a lot of that when we were living in Eugene, Oregon. Like we would get on the bus and there would just be like middle-aged guys staring at my 2-year-old son. And I'm like, that's a fucking pedophile right there. Like you can see it in their fucking face. Like,
yeah, he just would like stare up weird, and then like, so they split us up into groups, and then he was wandering. He was in another group, and he wandered around, and all of a sudden ended up in our group, and then wanted to stay with us. And so we're just like, okay. And he had his like little walker with him to like a portable seat.
He was like I would say in his early to mid 60s.
Yeah,
okay.
he was an older man.
he was probably just autistic. Like,
no.
oh shit, you guys are both like, no.
Well, he was following us. Like every time we would take breaks or like we would walk a certain distance, they were like, "All right, just we used to like set up the equipment."
Yeah.
He would sit like next to me and my wife and my friend, and try to talk to us. And like
We're being nice.
we were being nice to him, you know.
Yeah,
we weren't trying to like, but I just got this weird vibe from him. Nothing like a pedophile.
I just was uncomfortable.
Anyways, I just figured he seemed kind of like lonely and sad, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
So to rewind, we get to their
briefing.
Yeah.
When their introduction.
So
They
this,
have, like, a
so
table
this is
set
like
up.
a whole tour of the cemetery to experience paranormal activity?
Yeah, they split up into groups. This is the same people that Frank went to that restaurant where he got scratched.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's the same group. So they split us up into 3 different groups. There's one that we went with. There's the guy Whiskey. He's the one we did interview for our podcast.
Oh, okay.
Such a great guy. And there's what's her Raven?
Yeah.
I think Raven's the other lady, and I think it was her husband who did the other.
Yeah.
So
Does
those
he have
3
a
different
cool?
groups.
Does the husband have a cool name also?
I don't know.
I forgot.
They don't go by their legal name. They go by their
Oh, I see.
name. So
They're modern.
They actually invited us to be part of their
Right.
group. You'd have to apply like a job interview and everything, and it's all volunteer and stuff.
Right.
And I told him, I was like, I want to do it.
Mhm.
So, but we got to come up with a name, and so we're trying to.
no,
think of a name.
me and Henry already talked about this, and
We did.
You know all that paperwork. I told them that. So
I don't like-
want to say anything. I don't want to say anything, but
yeah.
to me it seems like I don't know. I want to get the experience, but I don't. I want to rather do it me and you on our own.
Yeah, I think you guys should just do it yourselves, honestly. I mean, if they're going to do nothing but profit off of your work, like, fuck that, you know? Like, this is about Frank and Leilani, and you guys should, build it up at as you can. And I think it sounds kind of predatory to me. It's like the way like a manager or an agent like asks for a percentage of the artist's income. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you don't need that. You don't need that to be successful. I mean, I watch your guys' podcast. I see the views. You guys get more views than we do. Like, I
haven't checked, to be honest.
I've seen episodes where you guys get far more fucking views than we do. And you immediately had a fan base. Like, as soon as you started your Instagram, way more fucking followers than I think we have currently. So I think you guys should just keep pushing through. And
I told my wife to wear like a short dress and to shake her ass. You know, that way we can get more done. Just kidding. That's all that people do nowadays. You know.
I know.
Young girls do OnlyFans, and they just ruin their reputation, and everyone wants to see sex appeal. And
it's true, and it's not sustainable. Like, what are these women going to do when the OnlyFans runs out and they have nothing to put on their resumes? You can't put
and then when they Google your name, that's all they're going to see.
Exactly. Yeah.
Welcome to Let's Ruin Our Lives and podcast here.
I don't want my kids to Google me later and they're like, well, what did my mom do?
I was just kidding. I was just kidding. You don't have to do it. You can do it for me, but either way.
So we actually, I contacted a content creator who lives in the Netherlands, Salamonica de Winter. She's an author. Shout out Salamonica. She's creating a video for us. like a commercial to advertise the podcast or to put at the beginning of the show or whatever. And she's fucking beautiful, right? And but she doesn't like flaunt it. She makes really bizarre, like scary, funny content. I don't know how to describe it. It's weird, and it's compelling too. And I was talking to my Jewish buddy about it, like, you know, what should I ask of her for the content, for the promotion or whatever. And he was like, hey, sex sells. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not gonna ask her to exploit herself. You know what I mean? Like, I want her to create her own thing, full artistic license on her own. And yeah, it's pretty bizarre how normalized sex has become, but in such an over the top way, where it's like literally it's like perverted. Like, you know what I mean? Like step family porn. Like, what the fuck is that?
Okay, all right. Lindsay, how old were you when you first saw your first dirty magazine?
I think in 6th grade.
I was probably 8 years old, maybe 9.
Oh my god!
It was in Mexico.
Makes sense.
My one of my cousins had like magazines, and me and my other cousins. It was my older cousin and his younger brother, which, you know, I was hanging out with him and my older brother, and we're like, want to go see some titties? I was like, what is that? And they showed me like a huge spread. I was like, oh wow, what is that? You know?
No, you know what? I think I was 8 years old. There used to be a hardware store in Fish Harbor. And I remember going inside of it one time with my dad, and there were posters of naked ladies on the wall. And I remember looking up and being like, what the fuck is that? Like, just baffled. Like, I couldn't comprehend a naked woman at that age. Damn, that's too young, man.
It was awesome, bro. What are you talking about?
I can't even recall.
What about you?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Liar. Anyways. All right. Well, back to the story. We're at the cemetery. Have like we're by closer to a mausoleum.
Mm-hmm.
So it was dark. It was cold. It wasn't really that windy. So
that was clever.
I'm saying this because of context, because something happened. So they have their laptop and the TV's not working. They're having technical issues with their electronics as well. So showing the video to everyone. Me and my friend already seen that video. So we're kind of just like, you know, on the side. Lonnie's watching the video.
Sipping my hot cocoa.
Yeah.
They had hot cocoa for us. That was awesome.
All of a sudden, I'm standing next to my friend Greg, and Lonnie's standing next to Greg.
I was next to Greg. Yeah.
And then I felt like I was wearing remember that leather jacket?
Yeah.
Saw me wearing that one time?
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing that, and I felt like someone like did that to my lower back. Just it. And I just like turned around and I saw my friend, and he had his arms crossed, so it wasn't him.
Jesus.
I was like, okay, I thought it was, you know, wind, but it wasn't windy. So I try to like move around my jacket, try to recreate that sensation that I felt in my lower back. Nope, couldn't do it.
And I wasn't even next to you.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. I didn't want to freak anyone out, and I didn't say anything. I just Bonnie and Greg looked at me like I was kind of freaked out, and I was like, all right, someone touched my lower back. I'm like, all right.
He didn't want to say nothing either because everybody remembered him from the last event when he got scratched. They kept saying like, "Oh, you're the one that got scratched," and that's all I heard the whole night.
I wasn't on the news, but I was spoken about. Yeah, I was mentioned about in the news.
What? Really?
Is that? Yeah, there's a little segment for Fox 13 or 11 or
the paranormal group. They had an interview in that restaurant, and they talked about what happened that night. So they're like, yeah, someone got scratched here a week ago, and
an illegal immigrant was here and he got scratched. So,
I mean, that's terrifying, but also pretty cool. Like, see what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are making waves. Like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Well,
maybe you should stop going to paranormal sites, Frank. It sounds like ghosts are very attracted to you.
The most people who are susceptible to activity like that, paranormal activities, those who have witnessed felt tragedy in their lives, people who have been shot, people who have experienced like trauma, you know. And they also said like if you do Ouija boards. If you go do tarot card readings, you're opening up that door
Right.
for yourself to, you know, inviting stuff in for paranormal activity.
Right,
But since I've been through all that stuff in my life, you know, I've been shot, I've been blown up, I've lost my dad, my baby brother. I've been through so much. I think that's why they're so attracted to me, or maybe that's why I
Interesting.
experience that stuff. But I don't do Ouija boards.
No, that's one thing I don't touch.
We did the tarot card readings, or the palm readings.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
At like
maybe
like a psychic
Masquerade ball we went to.
yeah, we went to a masquerade ball. And
Yeah, they had that there. That was like, it was 50-50.
Yeah, it was a good time, I guess. But the judges for the costumes,
That was rigged.
Yeah, it was rigged. Yeah.
like the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
The Mormons rigged it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mormons
The
are
Tyson
just
fight
like
with the costume.
pretending to throw
No, like
punches at you guys.
our outfits were pretty good, and there was this one other couple. I thought for sure they were gonna win. Like,
Yeah.
neither one of us won. This girl that was barely dressed up won. And we're like, what?
Shamu, you mean?
Shamu.
Shamu?
Yeah, it was this big girl, bro. Like she was like, "Roar," like that. Like a dinosaur. She won. I was like, whoa, okay.
Probably one of the judges' like daughters or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but
well.
I mean, it was what it was. But it was funny. Like, we were watching a lot of old people dance to like old hip hop, like from high school.
They're trying to get drunk off the soda. They had no liquor.
Right.
Yeah, he complained the whole time. I need alcohol.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Pinky, the comedian who's been on our show the last 2 episodes, he lives in Ogden, actually, in Utah, and he's a bartender. And he was saying that they just recently, or a couple years ago, increased the allowed alcohol limit or whatever
Yeah,
from like
true. It's
2% to like 5% finally, and you have to measure everything when you're pouring drinks. Like everything is like very like by the book and regulated. That's
But when they did that, they also implemented a new law that 0.1% of alcohol, if you get pulled over and you have 0.1
yeah.
or 0.01, I forget the.
But 0.001, I would imagine.
Just one little drop of alcohol on your tongue could get you a DUI out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Huh. That's so crazy. That just shows that Mormons don't want people thinking for themselves. That's why you prohibit intoxicants, right? You don't want somebody to go home, take something, and then they're like, wait a minute, this whole religion is fucking bullshit. You know, like it's just straight up control of the masses.
Or you should talk to our friend Greg. He's no longer a Mormon, and
Good.
he even says it in their teachings when he was growing up that they're so how do you say it? If you would ask questions about, hey, what about this or what about that, they were like, no,
Right.
don't worry about it. Just what Jesus wants you to learn.
Right.
They will mask their teachings like that. This is what Jesus wants you to learn.
I think the Catholics are kind of like that too. Christianity in general is kind of like that, which is ridiculous because Jesus was all about questioning what was going on and, you know, the rules of the time. Like, what was I going to say? That's one of the reasons why I love talking to Muslim people, because they're encouraged to question things. They're encouraged to learn stuff and to question the world and why it is the way it is. Like
I'll be told how to learn it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of problems with that religion too, but at the same time, they're very curious and they want to debate and they want to talk about the differences between the religions. You know what I mean? Whereas Christians, you're just fucking shut down. Like, no, this is the word of God. You cannot question it.
They try to kill me, Muslims.
I know. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But no, yeah. Well,
and now you look like a Muslim. In a good way, of course. You're gorgeous, my friend.
Yeah, have to have a beard out here, man. Yeah, that little peach fuzz that you have, you're gonna freeze out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He told me he has to trim his mustache though because I'm just kissing hair at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Looking a little Yosemite Sam there a little bit.
Needs chapstick when you have beard like this, man.
It's protection against the wind. Doesn't it itch?
Oh my gosh! And speaking of too, when we were at the masquerade ball, he got more compliments about his beard than our outfits.
Oh, interesting.
Which was
Didn't someone try to is that real, bro? And try to tug on it.
What?
That didn't happen. All right.
It is a pretty glorious beard, dude. I gotta say. And what is that? Some gray right there? I like the gray.
Yeah.
I like when
gray.
I like when guys go gray. It makes them look like distinguished and like refined. I want to suck Frank's dick, is what I'm saying. So what happened in the rest of this tour at the cemetery?
I believe in aging gracefully. You know,
Me too. Fuck Botox.
Grazed,
fuck Botox.
Happens.
Fuck lip filler. Fuck hair transplants. Like, you were designed to fucking get old. Embrace it. Be a wise old person. Stop trying to look like you're fucking 21 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I struggle there.
No, yeah, women have a harder time with that.
That's true. Yeah, it's very unfair, the beauty standard.
I found a gray hair the other day and I freaked out. I was like, oh no. Yeah.
I hope you guys don't mind me saying this, but Leilani, you have nothing to worry about. Okay?
Thanks.
No, Jax.
My dog's yelling at me too.
He keeps barking at us. All right.
Okay.
So back to the story in the cemetery. So we're, after I feel that like someone was,
sexually
gently touching my back, and there was a crow, a raven.
At night?
I'm just kidding. I was trying to quote the raven from Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah. My favorite poem. That's a wonderful poem.
There was a gently, what was it, rapping?
Once upon a midnight jury, as I pondered weak and weary, suddenly I heard a tapping at my chamber door.
Yeah.
What was his wife's name?
Lenore.
He lost? Lenore, there you go. Yeah. All right, well, so after the video was done, everyone was splitting up into groups. So we got Whiskey again because we wanted to be with his group. So we went to a site where there's kids buried around there.
Oh, geez.
A lot of kids back in the 1800s, 1870 to early 1900s.
Wow.
Are dying from, just the flu or the
illnesses,
polio, fucking dysentery.
So he had this like teddy bear rigged, or any emotion would set it off with like it
was really cool. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like anything that motion censored, the bear would just like light up.
Where was it? The teddy bear was on the grave?
He would take it around with him and just place it on graves and kind of like would tell the spirits like, hey, this won't hurt you. Give it a little tap. And it never went off, but our cat bowls went off, which are like the same type of sensorings. We had that happen a couple of times.
Just to they usually say when it comes to paranormal activity to these investigations, it's like a 50-50. Sometimes you have activity, sometimes you don't. Unfortunately, that night, what I felt was the only thing that happened to us that night. So
to you?
Yeah, to me.
Yeah.
So,
remember what happened to me?
What?
Felt a pinch on my ass.
What?
Really? I think it must have been a bug. Or
no, we were walking and I felt something like pinch my ass, and it was not you.
What? So ghosts are just sexually harassing people at the Ogden fucking cemetery? That's crazy.
It was so fucking weird though. Because I turned around and he was like, what? I was like, was that you? He wasn't even near me. I was like, something pinched my ass. And then I thought for a minute it was like a bug or...
Well, remember the story I told you guys about the ghost that was harassing my mom and girlfriend? Like...
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Maybe that's what happens to sexual predators. They get turned into ghosts for being perverts. Like...
Who knows?
So we walked to the first side. Like,
I hope I can be a ghost. That's better than being invisible. I can just die and harass everybody all I want. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hanging out in the cemetery, I don't know.
I had fun doing it.
It was cold that night too. It was very cold.
It was good.
We didn't layer up.
So,
anyways, when you got that pinch in your butt, were we walking to the second spot?
We were going up that hill to, I think, to
the mausoleum when we first started. Yeah,
yep, we were going over there.
There was like a few World War II veterans that were buried right there in the mausoleum.
Yeah,
they were trying to contact them, and there's a few lights going off and on, but these lights are very finicky, so anything can set him off. So if it would go off, he would like, maybe it's the spirits. He's like, I don't know, and he's trying to talk.
He is very truthful about it, which that's why we like him.
That is cool
because he'll tell us like, oh, this was nothing. That's just its own thing or something. But he also had like a spirit box, like it would translate what the spirit's saying to us and things like that.
Oh,
like we could actually talk to it, which was cool.
Wouldn't pick up like if me and you were talking next to the spirit box, it would not like that up. It only picks up they call it EVPs, like very low frequencies of noises.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So,
did Edison invent that?
I have no idea who invented that. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Interesting. So okay.
Frankie.
We heard something. Must have been our son. So, all right. Let me see. Where were we?
Okay.
Right, so we went to the mausoleum.
Yeah.
Do you have a question?
No. Go ahead.
So we went to the mausoleum. They put lights and at the same time we had like a little scavenger hunt. At the beginning, they said like take pictures of graves. Whoever comes back with the
oldest grave.
The oldest grave. The person who died.
Yeah.
At the earliest year, like would win a blanket. So we were taking pictures of graves, people who were born in the 1800s, like literally 1800, 1806.
I thought we had it too.
Yeah, 1806, and
that's a long.
The earliest that we found someone passing away was the grave from 1840 something.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, someone found something.
Someone was 1826, I think it was.
I was like, damn, I didn't know that they were even there at that time.
Yeah.
Sure. Way before the Civil War.
Number 3, I think, for the oldest, but.
So yeah, we were at the mausoleum. Then we walked towards another area, which we weren't there for long. It was like nothing but headstones and old graves that you can barely even tell the dates on it because they were so old and
nice.
Not well maintained. But there was this one lady that we did forget to mention. She was.
Oh yeah, she ghost hunts a lot by herself, and she had a lot of equipment. She was even passing out equipment, and I felt bad. Like Frank forgot to give her something back, like a headlamp.
It was just a little headlamp.
Yeah.
But she would like do some readings, and if she got something, she'd share it with us. And
she wasn't following our group, but she was doing stuff on her own, kind of like
close by,
lingering back, doing her own thing. And my friend Greg was following her, and she had this like I was
it was
a thermal camera, but it detects like a linear movements, like it has like the stick figures. So she would point it somewhere, and these stick figures would come up about like look like they were dancing or walking towards us. And I saw a picture of it, and they were like trying to walk towards them. I was like, oh hell no, I got the hell out of there. Wait for that. And that lady was creepy too, but Greg was like right next to her, like, oh, she seems like a good
I
lady.
stayed back with the group though, because like my leg was hurting that night, so I was like, you guys go. I was like, I'll stay here.
Yeah.
Interesting. So how many people were in the group as a whole?
Oh man, and ours there was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like 15 was 15.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
There was a lot of people. There was actually these 2 older women. They remembered Frank from the restaurant, so they were laughing at me playing with that cat, like I said, when we were waiting around.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Oh, poor Frank, looks like you're getting another one." But they were really sweet ladies and stuff, and like we exchanged numbers or Instagram stuff, and I think they're following us on our paranormal page, and
they were there too, but they were not in our group.
No, but they were really cool ladies.
You guys are getting recognized? That's fucking crazy.
No. He was at the restaurant with them last time.
Because they were all there when they got scratched. When it happened to me, they all lifted up my shirt like, "Oh my god, there's more marks coming about." Because when
I'm telling you, he was famous that night. Everybody remembered him from that.
Yeah, sick. Nice.
There's actual people were like I'd never seen before. Like, was that you? I was like, yeah, that was me. And I was like, yeah, they were like trying to follow me to see if they could get scratched. I don't know what it was, but I was like, yeah, nothing really happened that night,
Yeah.
She said she got pinched in the butt when we first got there. I got that swipe in the back, but I think those electronics they're not really that good. They make stuff up.
Right.
They say that the voice boxes that captures the EVPs. Sometimes it's just getting EVPs from static from TVs, that were nearby because her house is nearby, right?
Huh.
Oh yeah, we had one lady complain. Somebody from like the staff had to come and find us because her dog kept getting aggressive because just hearing people in the back. Right. He was just like, "You guys got to be careful." Or
I'm gonna call the police. Yeah. Oh, and there was shootings.
Yeah, there was a shooting too.
There was shootings. We heard like pop, 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 pop
at the cemetery.
No, nearby.
You can hear like the main street nearby.
Oh, okay, yeah. Probably some rednecks just shooting at something. Right.
I would compare Ogden to like how would you compare what city in LA?
I don't know. We were only there for nighttime for a bit.
I
would say Lomita, maybe.
Ogden to like another city like Lomita, not that well known, but it's like a city.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
On the mountain.
Lomita has its ghetto.
Ghetto. Ogden has its little ghetto. So there's people shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to sell solar panels to people in Ogden.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. When I worked for a solar panel company.
So. Yeah, we heard those shootings, and then all of a sudden, one of the people who works at the cemetery came to find us and told us, like, hey, neighbors are complaining that live close by the fences, or that you guys are being loud or messing with their dogs, so they tell us just to settle down and whatever. But we're like, all right. So after that, we started walking towards, like, it's like this memorial they have for all the veterans, people who were in World War I, World War II.
Wow, yeah.
Supposedly there's like the lady in gray.
So
there's a person, like a lady in gray.
Oh, that whistles.
Someone that whistles around there.
They said listen for whistling noises.
Yeah, listen for whistling. We didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
No.
We didn't hear a damn thing, but everyone was kind of bummed out because that night was kind of like a bus for them.
It was fun overall. Like, we were with good people. It was good company.
It sounds fun, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just to, get out and venture and,
Sure.
Plus, it gets interesting when you read people's gravestones. Like, there's more to it. Like, when you actually, like, look at it and then you get kind of saddened, It's a lot of emotions because then you're like, oh, this poor thing, a baby was only a week old. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. No, it kind of reminds me of, you remember the Dead End Cemetery in Pedro on 22nd Street?
Yeah.
And Grand or whatever? Like, those were all people from the 1800s, like the founding people of Pedro or whatever. Like, the very, very old gravestones. Were you guys part of the group in 9th grade that did Ouija at that cemetery? Do you guys remember that story?
That was me.
It was like Louis, Julia, I think Mike Hernandez, Sheena. Like, they went there and they did Ouija board in the middle of the cemetery. Obviously they had to jump the gate. In for everybody listening, this is an incredibly small cemetery. It's like a quarter of an acre, if even that, and it's filled with the people like from the 1800s and shit. And they said they did Ouija there, and they felt like they asked some question, they got an answer that spooked all of them, and then like a huge wind came out of nowhere and like scared the shit out of them, and they all like ran away.
But they weren't high.
They were probably high.
Or drunk.
Or drunk, or both. Yeah, they got down back in the day.
That's one thing I don't ever mess with is the Ouija board, because you never know what kind of door you're going to open. I do believe in all that, so it's you don't want to mess with that.
For sure.
Mirrors, water, those are considered portals.
Yeah.
Windows, like actual windows, because windows reflect like reflection, so that's considered portals. But yeah, the Ogden cemetery was not really a bust, something her first experience, like they said, it's like a hit and miss here and there. They just want to provide a safe and some evidence. They actually do tell. There are some skeptics around there too.
Yeah,
in our group, but
yeah,
there was like these kids who were like, they're faking it or whatever.
It's a hit and miss, but that's why I was saying I'd like to go along with them, because they do actual like exorcisms at homes and things like that.
Really?
They know what sites to go to, and that's where I was telling him, I'm like, we don't know where to go or start,
Yeah.
Right now they're taking a break because right now
it's holiday season
the
and
holiday
everything.
season, they usually take a break all the way up to January.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was that experience of the Ogden Cemetery. The only horrifying thing about that was when we went to Jack in the Box. We were in line for almost an hour.
No, longer than that probably.
Yeah.
Really?
They had like one person working
Two
there.
people working there.
And the line just forever. Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, that was.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
So Jack in the Box is like in and out for Utah?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a lot of in and outs out here.
Yeah, those are.
There are, huh?
We have one down the road now.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh.
How often do you guys love in and out being from California?
Once in a while.
Yeah. It's nothing that you can't make at home, honestly. Like.
Yeah, honestly, I love to cook more.
Yeah.
Just
that's cool.
when I'm really tired, then I'm like, okay, let's get some pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Most part, I cook.
Yeah.
Let's talk about do you want us to talk about our? That wasn't that great.
It was a bust.
Yeah, it was a bust too. Camp Floyd. Yeah. So Camp Floyd has a history. So
Camp
I don't know
Floyd?
what president.
You said Camp Floyd?
Yeah, in Fairfield.
Wait,
Utah.
real quick, what's the name of the tour that you guys went on? So we can.
Advanced Paranormal.
Oh, that's what it's called, Advanced Paranormal, based out of Utah.
And whatever location they're at, yeah.
Should I give them props? I mean, I can cut this out, but.
Oh yeah, you can. They'll probably
Okay, yeah.
appreciate that.
I'll start following them, I guess.
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So what happened at Camp Floyd?
So to start off with the history about it, so when what's his name, Brigham Young and John Smith came out here.
Joseph Smith.
They were the governor. I think John Smith or Brigham Young. One of them was the governor of Utah, and they declared this land for the Mormons.
Joseph Smith was the founder of Mormonism, and Brigham Young was his successor, I think, and bodyguard. Like he was known to kill people and shit.
So they had like a little war here with the Utes.
Wait, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just like thinking of all these Mormon facts that I know or whatever. Go ahead.
They had a militia out here, and the militia went to war with the Utes because they were trying to trade with them, and the Utes were like kind of upset that they were taking over their lands.
Is that a native tribe?
Sacred lands.
Right. Okay, yeah.
So Utes, they killed two brothers. I forgot their names. I'm not sure. I think it was Carson. Their last name, something like Carson.
Carson was all over.
Yeah, they killed two brothers.
And on their gravestones, it would literally say "killed by Indians."
Yeah, killed by
Jesus
Indians.
Christ, damn. That's a level of racism. That's like wow.
Yeah.
that is.
I thought I took a picture of it, but
Yeah, I have a picture.
You
of
have
it.
a
Yeah, I have a
picture
picture
of
of
it.
it. But
Yeah.
anyways, they killed two guys over a dispute, something that happened, and this caused like a little war between the militia, the Mormon militia, and the Utes. So after people died and whatever, they went their separate ways. I don't know who won, but there was like a rumor saying that the Mormons were uprising and trying to take over Nevada, trying to take over Arizona,
which they were,
states.
yeah, for sure, and they were.
And the president at the time, I forgot the name of the president at the time during those mid 1800s.
Yeah.
Hears about it and says, "Oh hell no! I'm gonna send the Union Army over there and put a stop to this."
Wow.
And the Union Army starts marching from, I think it was Tennessee, all the way over to Utah. They get there a few months later, and Brigham Young or Joseph Smith was like, "There's no uprising. We don't know what you guys are talking about." And they're like, "Well, we need to keep an eye on things."
Yeah.
So Joseph Smith or Brigham Young told them, "Well, you guys can keep an eye on us, but you're gonna have to do it 50 miles away from Salt Lake City or 50 miles away from Provo." So they decided that Camp Floyd was that place, which was Fairfield.
Okay.
So they made a camp over there, and they made a stagecoach. They had like a what do you call it? Supposedly it was a brothel too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Little school.
And a little school they built and everything, and yeah. So
Huh.
We bought tickets to go there for that tour, and someone did not read at what time it started. I'm not gonna point any fingers here, but
we were 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Can't hear you.
What? Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
I hear you.
So we get there, and I guess
We just missed the presentation. So basically, all it was a presentation to talk about the history, and she told what sites we can go to. I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry, we're late. We missed the presentation. Can we get like a little, info?"
Yeah.
And she just like went. And I'm like, "Bitch." So,
Yeah.
anyways, she like told us.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we thought it was gonna be like a tour. No, you go find your own way.
What?
The building's here, the building's there, and like literally you're going down this walkway and you have to guess which buildings it is. And then there was a group of people that came together, I guess, and every time Frank like tried to make a comment to them, like to try to like or just start a conversation, they would just kind of look at him like,
huh.
"What the fuck up," They're rude, like just overall rude. So I told him, I said, "You know what? Let's just drive to the cemetery." It was like a mile and a half away. And I was like, "Everybody's here. Let's go to the cemetery so we can just go do our own thing."
Yeah, yeah.
So we went and did that.
Sounds very unprofessional. Yeah, on their part.
Yeah,
it wasn't a tour. It was just something that was a presentation, and you just walk on your own. And it's this very small town, very small.
And there was people that actually lived there too, which is weird.
Yeah.
And this lady opened the door and said, "Go Trump 24." We're like,
what?
Yeah. So if I were to, Fairfield is probably the size of like 6 blocks right here.
Yeah.
From our house.
Oh,
it's
wow.
not that
Tiny.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's tiny. And the stagecoach, it was like a part of history. They have it so well preserved. So I guess they had pictures of the Union Army that were staying there, and they had like a gunshot through the wall. And I was reading it. I guess some guy was because everything was black powder back then. I don't know if you know that about guns.
Sure, yeah.
So it was like you put the flint on there and yeah. But it was a shotgun.
Right. Okay.
This guy was cleaning his shotgun, and I don't know how it went off, but it went off and it went through the wall into the other wall and everything. It didn't kill anyone, but still, it was part of history.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. I love guns. I'm sorry.
I think it's wild that the U.S. government created a city to keep reconnaissance on Mormonism. That's fucking wild. Wasn't there, like, I believe there was a massacre by the Mormons on September 11th, 1800 something, where they...
Yeah, they don't talk about that.
No.
Greg knows all about that.
Yeah, they massacred like a group.
I'm not sure what day it is.
It was on September 11th in 1800 in the late 1800s, where they massacred like a group of like 100 something plus traveling Christians. Yeah, I don't remember how I found that out, but it was like 10 years ago. I randomly learned that fact on the internet. Like the Mormons have a crazy history of violence. Like, what a crazy fucking religion, man.
They used to believe that you could marry more than one wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you can handle another one.
No.
I'm enough.
Well, anyways, the reason why I bring that up is because there's like there's
I need at least 3 to handle my multiple personalities. So 3 ladies out there, I'm available.
So there's a few towns that like are probably like an hour and a half away from us. They're like they're very, very small. Like the one we're at, the one that's west of us. So it took us like 45 minutes to get over there, almost an hour. Mm-hmm. And it's very, very dark over there. Anyways,
what do you mean dark?
There's no
street lights.
No street lights. It's just dark.
It's just a dark road, and we told our GPS to like give us a shortcut.
And it wasn't even a road; it was a dirt road.
It was a scary, scary dirt road. Like I thought, like someone with a chainsaw was gonna come out and attack us. Like it was crazy.
That sounds terrifying. Yeah.
So, like I was saying, there's other towns like what is the other one? Hurricane. There's this place called Mexican Hat. It's the actual name of it. They call it Mexican hat because there's a rock formation that looks like a sombrero, but the guys couldn't think about the name sombrero, so they just call it Mexican hat. Anyways, it's towns like that.
Josh is dying over there.
Towns like that, they have Mormons that dress like the 1800s, and they drive all the way over here to get supplies. And when we see them, I'm like, who are these people? Where are they coming from? And they're dressed like in attire from the 1800s.
Yeah, like the Mennonites kind of, or the Amish.
Yeah, and they're driving in a van of women, and the women are like from 14 years and older.
Jesus.
And they don't look like they want to talk to anyone.
Right.
They look at us like we're like, sinners.
Yeah.
I was like, man, there's actual towns that still have like those hardcore old school Mormon religion types,
for sure. No, there's a lot. I lived in the Midwest, in Minnesota, and there's Amish and Mennonites out there, and just people living like it's 200 years ago. It's pretty crazy. And they don't have to send their children to public school, and they don't pay the same amount of taxes that the average citizen does. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Hey, Kat, don't yawn. I'm doing the best I can on this podcast, okay? Damn.
His name is Lestat.
Oh, nice. Shout out Anne Rice. Rest in peace. She died a couple years ago. You guys remember that? Anne Rice passed away.
She's the writer.
What?
She wrote the interview with the
In the Dam?
Oh, Interview with the Damned?
Yeah.
Oh,
Queen of the Damned. Yep. She wrote that. Memnoch the Devil. She was a fucking great writer. Heavily influenced my gothic teenage self. And she was hot back in the day. Anyways,
when we went to the cemetery, we were there by ourselves, and it was a small cemetery. It was like,
yeah, it was really tiny.
I would say like I don't know, in acres, in yards, I would say probably like 25 yards.
That's fucking tiny.
Just think the span of a football field,
Right.
To the 25, from the goal line to the 25-yard line.
Right.
So that's how big the cemetery was.
That's very small.
And they had like the names of those two guys that were killed by those Native Americans, the Utes.
Yeah.
They had it like killed by Indians. There was the two brothers. I was like, wow. Those two guys that died, that was the one that started that war with the Utes. But
okay.
yeah, we didn't see or feel anything paranormal, right? No, nothing happened. So I was kind of upset because it was the Dodgers playing against the Mets that night. I missed it. They won. No, did they win?
Yeah.
No, they won. Yeah, they
You're
won.
fine.
Yeah.
The Dodgers won.
I would know. Yeah, because if they would have lost, I would have never heard the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go Doyers, I guess.
No, seriously. What did you do this whole season? You made me sit next to you because the one time I was not watching the game with him, they lost. So he's like, "I need your lucky booty next to me."
I was rubbing her ass and like, come on. But
and then he was just like grab and be like, "Come on."
So
lucky booty.
when the Dodgers won against the Mets, we were like officially going to the World Series.
Right.
I kind of got emotional, and she was like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "No, I was not. I was like, it's the Dodgers, and my team."
Sure, yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. So I have that ball right there. I caught it, a ball, Dodger Stadium. Can you see it?
Oh, ball. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said bar.
He caught the ball with his balls.
Oh, sick, dude. Your balls are that big?
So we're sitting behind home plate, and the batter was a Dodger player. I forgot his name. AJ Ellis at the time, maybe. I don't know who it was, but he hit it, foul ball, hit it, and it went towards back of us, and it started coming towards us, and I was like, oh. I was trying to put my hand in my glove, and it actually went for my crotch. So I kind of caught it, and it hit me right in the balls.
Fun fact, I was originally sitting in that seat, and we swapped. Thank God.
Shit.
I would have been so mad if I got hit with a ball that I would have like never again.
Yeah, there wasn't that many people around us either, so it came directly for us.
Security did come and check on him though. They were like, "Are you okay?"
That's
But there were some people laughing. They were just like, "Oh shit!"
Like all of you guys. Yeah.
You literally caught a ball with your testicles. That's legendary, man. Did you guys
so legendary?
I have
Yeah,
a picture of him
sure.
holding it up, and he's like bright red.
He's like wincing, like ah.
He's just like,
Damn. Did you guys see that clip? I don't know what game it was of the fan like ripping the ball out of the baseball player's hands. Yeah. And
Oh yeah, he got banned.
good. He should got arrested. That was like assault.
yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Yankee fans, they're Yankees and the Dodgers are one of the two biggest MLB teams there is.
For sure.
The fans for Yankees, they're
Idiots from the
No.
East Coast.
they're hardcore fans.
Sure,
So
yeah.
whatever they can do to help out their team, they're gonna do it.
Okay, here's what I don't get. The Dodgers won. Why destroy your city?
Right.
The Lakers win. I don't know.
I know.
I'm just like, y'all won. What are you doing?
If the amount of violence that happens at professional sports games happened at music events, music would be fucking banned. Like there's so much fucking violence involved in sports. It's fucking nuts. And I'm not
crazy.
It's crazy. I'm not against anybody who's into sports or whatever. Like do your thing, but like yeah, what's with just the constant fighting each other and over what? Because you're wearing a different jersey? Like I don't get that. Frank,
Culture. I didn't grow up watching the Dodgers, but after I started watching them, all my friends were into them, so
yeah.
I just love the Dodgers. It's the same thing with the Lakers. I grew up watching the Lakers, so Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and the rest of those guys.
Kobe Bryant died the same day as my son's 3rd birthday party. It really put a sour feeling on the fucking whole event.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Kobe, man, and the rest of those people in that helicopter too, and they're just got dismissed like they were no one.
That's true. I know it really is a tragedy. Like several children died, right, or at least 2, I think.
I think there was 3 children.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant's his daughter.
There's
and
2 other families.
And 2 other children that were there.
How big was this helicopter? Shit.
It was a sizable helicopter. And
sounds like it. Yeah. That's crazy that you can just get into a helicopter and fly around Los Angeles to get where you need to go. Like, why is that legal? That's fucking crazy.
I
know. So unstable. Wow.
Going back to a tour, it wasn't a great tour, and I told Lonnie, it was partially our fault for not checking what time it started, so we can't really give a good review because we were kind of late and we didn't experience the whole thing. But I just don't like how they just let people wander on their own.
They're like, make sure you check it out before this time because we lock it up.
Yeah.
That just seems like irresponsible. Like you're just gonna let loose a bunch of people to do whatever they want. That's pretty crazy.
And there's this highway. That way you can go back to wherever you came from. That highway's very, very dangerous too.
Oh yeah, like the speed limit. What was the speed limit?
Like 55.
And then if you're going 60, they're still on your ass. Like hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Wow, that's fucking gnarly.
Yeah, they're crazy drivers out here.
I would imagine. Yeah, out here also. This entire.
That's why he got me a camera because one truck tried to drive me off the road one time.
What the fuck, really?
Because I wasn't going fast enough. And I was already going 10 over.
What were they doing? Were they like trying to push you off?
He was riding my ass, and then he got in front of me, and then like almost hit the front of my car. Like I had to like swerve.
Jesus.
He just cut me off like that. Then he braked a little bit too, so he just was being a jerk.
Do you carry guns? That's fucking nuts.
No.
That's like
he wants me to, but
I bought her this small little gun.
Yeah.
Remember those whores and the brothels, how they used to dress all like in this.
Those are fucking nice outfits.
What are those outfits called?
I'm a fan. I gotta say.
What are those outfits called?
The saloon outfits.
Yeah, with their breasts are all popped up.
Make the titties look good.
Yeah.
You remember the guns they used to carry?
The small little ones. I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
They're called Derringers. They're called
That's
Derringers.
right. Yeah,
I bought her one of those.
For sure. Yeah.
I shot that one? I don't think I have.
No, you haven't shot that one. I shot it only like twice, and it's very inaccurate. You have to be up close and personal for that.
I was very anti-gun before. I mean, I still kind of am. I just, when I hear gun shootings at schools, it just really, it angers me so bad. Like,
me too.
Like, I get it. You have a right to own a weapon, but lock it up responsibly.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, the parents who allow their children just to get their fucking guns. Like, I don't even understand how you can do that. You're not a responsible gun owner if you're fucking...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
I have a huge gun safe that I have no room in anymore because I got so many guns.
My brother's the same way. He stockholds guns and stuff.
Last Christmas, he's like, "Oh, I bought you a gun." I was like, "You mean you bought yourself a gun?" You know I'm not going to use it.
I don't know. I think it would.
I tried. I don't know makeup. I don't know bra sizes. I don't know, man. Even if I go to Victoria's Secret, you're going to be mad at me for even checking out, like, thinking I'm going to be checking out some girl or something like that.
It's like, can I hold your tits for a minute to compare?
This one seems a little more bulbous than this one. Why are they two different sizes? I used to have a girlfriend that would steal panties from Victoria's Secret. Like, that was
my gosh,
that was her kick. Yeah, so like I would be just like watching out for her while she's taking like fistfuls of panties and thongs and putting them into her fucking purse. This chick was
Victoria's Secret's so freaking expensive, and like, for what?
It is. Yeah,
it's so I don't even remember last time I shot.
Do you know how Victoria's Secret got started? I was actually trained in a job to know this.
No.
When I worked for the Geek Squad call center, Geek Squad is owned by Best Buy, and they used the founder of Victoria's Secret as an example of how not to run a business. So Victoria's Secret was started by a man, I think, whose wife had passed away or something like that, and he started it. It went nowhere, and he sold it for like $60,000 or something like that, like nothing, right? And then overnight it became a massive fucking success, a multi-million-dollar a year fucking company. I don't know, I'm forgetting elements of it. I hated working for that company. But yeah, it was just like the saddest story of this like sad old man trying to honor his wife and then selling the company because it was failing, and then it becoming like way better than he could ever make it. It was pretty sad. So, I want to start an art festival in San Pedro. I think
you were telling me about that.
I think I can do it this time. I want to create a yearly art festival similar to Skankfest, except we celebrate all sorts of art. Podcasts, live painting, comics, bands, poets. There's anybody that wants to showcase their art and get it out to the world. I think I can make that happen in San Pedro. And I think I can do it at the Sardine, the newest punk rock bar in San Pedro, created by the lead guy from Toys That Kill. And I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Am I crazy? Should I even...
I mean, if it's your dream...
You're ambitious, yeah, but there's risks, there's permits, there's a lot of stuff.
You never know until you try.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before at Harold's place in Pedro, where I had a bunch of my friends put their paintings up on the wall and stuff, and they sold their pieces and shit like that. And we had like 5 bands play. The band that I was in, Band Apart, their very first show performed at that event or whatever. So as far as like permits go, I think that's a non-issue, like, because we're just inside of a bar performing, you know what I mean? Like, it's just comics on stage and then a live podcast. It'd be awesome if you guys could do a live podcast there. Sorry. I've had a little bit of White Claw tonight. But yeah, I don't know. I want to do it. I want to make it a reality, you guys. Like, I think San Pedro deserves an underground art festival, not something that's just like, they have Music by the Sea. They have First Thursday, right? But that's all very like mainstream, like
First Thursday is for the longshoremen, and those guys are dickheads.
That's true.
I hate it.
Let's not say that on this podcast. We need their viewer support.
Okay. All right. Well, first Thursday was fun going to them, right?
Yeah,
You and I have experience.
Our hopping was fun.
Crimson, Goodfellas, Godmothers. Godmothers was well known for having bands up there.
Oh yeah,
What I
for sure.
remember.
Yeah. No, I mean San Pedro is a very culturally significant place. Like,
And someone always got stabbed or shot during that night.
Well, thankfully
Yep.
not when we were out.
that's true. My friend Wally was killed right up the street from where First Thursday happens.
Oh, snap.
A couple years
Sorry
ago.
to hear that. And well, there you go. Huh?
Did you know Wally, the punk rocker dude? He was a little bit older. He was shot in the face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right up the street. The last episode that we did, I was talking to white boys who moved to San Pedro, right? And I was like, that's like literally one of the most dangerous areas in Los Angeles. They're like, nah, I don't think it's like that anymore. It's like, okay. Go say the wrong thing to the wrong fucking person in the hood that you're in. They might fucking murder you. Like,
Oh yeah.
San Pedro is notorious in Los Angeles for being so fucking dangerous. Like, people used to be scared to move there. Like, I took a California history class in 12th grade at San Pedro High School, and they were like, yeah, like, this place was known for prostitution, drugs, violence. It's still the fucking same. Like, no matter how much you try to gentrify it and white it up, like, it's still a pretty fucking scary place. Like, if you go about it the wrong way. We all grew up mobbing around the town. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really fucking with us. I have had a gun pulled on us before, knives pulled on us, and just constant death. I don't know. I lost my train.
Yeah, so there's times I tell Frank, I'm like, I'm surprised I'm alive sometimes.
Mhm.
Because, like, I've had guys, like, harass me.
For real.
When I used to walk home from Dotson, I had this homeless guy grab himself in front of me.
Ugh.
My older brother had to beat somebody down because he was messing with me.
Yeah.
Like...
I believe
Her
it.
dad was well known.
Well, yeah, my dad was well known on the gang side, too. So, like, I don't know. I had people watching me. I didn't even know that for a while. So, but... Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I was like a mobster.
Of all my like female Pedro friends, they've all been harassed. They've all been like threatened by men. Like it seems like a very scary place to grow up as a woman. For sure.
That's why I was telling Frank, like, I didn't want to raise our kids there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I couldn't, honestly, starting this podcast and talking to so many Pedro people, I'm like, damn, you guys are all really fucked up. Like, there's no way I'm moving my child back to San Pedro. I'll move to Torrance by the beach before I move to San Pedro. Like, just the crime rate, I guarantee you, right now, somebody was just murdered in San Pedro. I guarantee it. The crime rate is crazy. The cops are fucking corrupt. They closed down.
The helicopter's always out.
So, when I took my kid to Pedro in 2021, we stayed at my friend Laura's house. I think it was the last night that we stayed there. The fucking helicopter was directly above the fucking house. And the cop...
When we went...
I believe it. And the cops were driving through, and they were on the speakerphone or whatever, going, everybody stay inside the house. We have an active suspect on the loose right now. I've never heard that before. Like, the cops announcing that in a fucking neighborhood. And, like, it was, like, shaking the fucking house that we were in, the helicopter. It was like, God damn, fucking San Pedro, man. And she lives in a more, like, safer, like, secluded neighborhood.
And that was our normal growing up.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, when we went to Pedro and my kids heard the helicopter, they're like, what's going on? What's going on? They were, like, freaking out.
Damn, I bet that never happens in Utah.
No. The only helicopters we hear. Well, we live
search and rescue or military.
We live close to an airstrip, so they have like private airplanes, like little airplanes coming in and out of here. But that's people are coming from Heber or Midway or probably from Price.
We had skydivers one time.
Oh yeah, in the summertime.
They were just floating above our house.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they just wanted the mountain views and stuff, like just
cool.
people jumping out of the airplanes and like they just be hang gliding. Over.
I think they were missing their drop because they were like coming close to
Fuck,
the
they ended up
we're in
going over
Utah.
That was fun. Like I've never seen that, so yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Out here, we have a lot of hot air balloons. I think there's a hot air balloon.
So here, yeah.
yeah, us too.
Yeah.
The
They
big
have
sky.
events.
You guys probably have a big sky, right? Like in Los Angeles, the sky is tiny and it's yellow all the fucking time. But like the sky is so much bigger in Phoenix, where I am. I don't know. Is that right?
Out here we have something called inversion. You know what that is?
What do you mean? No.
Oh, when it gets cold, the high pressure system, the low pressure system.
Yeah.
So all the pollution from from the cars and everything can't go all the way up because it's so cold, so it stays down, and it pollutes the air quality around here.
Wow, really?
So that's what they call it, inversion. Only happens in the wintertime.
Can you breathe it in? Like, can you feel it or smell it? All the
They usually have on our phones. It usually tells you
The air quality.
The air quality. If it's red, they usually say indoors. In the summertime,
we get the fires from
fucking California, man. Everything, all the fires from California, all that smoke comes over here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. So do you get like all the ash and stuff?
Not ash, but just
smoke,
like thick smoke. Just thick smoke.
It looks like I'm in Iraq again because of all that smoke.
Yeah. Everything's all
there.
sepia. Wow, that's crazy.
But yeah, that's another reason why people from Utah hate Californians and I think they forgot that we're from California, huh?
We've been here so long, we're considered Utah people now.
They consider us now. Just our neighbor, she came over to give us cookies because we did a good deed yesterday. We saw her dog Penny. He was outside, and so I grabbed her and like, hey, let's go back to your house. I knocked on their door, rang the door, but they weren't there. I called them, and they're like, well, we're not gonna be home for a few hours, so can you please put our dog back just to in the fence?
They told us which gate to open and how to do it. So.
Right. Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah. And we even boarded up the side where she got out from because there's like some. We have a wooden fence that we share with them, and their dogs kind of like pushed the board to the side, and that's how they got out. But we had to like nail it back, so they kind of thanked us with cookies like that. They usually never used to do that for us, huh?
No, they're nice people though.
They're all nice people, but they're Mormon.
That's pretty fucking cool, man. Like you guys live like real adults. Like I just stay inside. I don't talk to any of my neighbors. They try to say hi. I'm like, oh, okay. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. All my friends.
I'm not gonna watch your podcast then.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like one of my neighbors, this older black gentleman named Everett. He'll like make up excuses to get me inside his apartment to hang out, and then I just bail on him completely. He'll be like, "Hey, can you help me with my thermostat, with my TV?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." Like. And then he'll just want to hang out and like watch sports, and I'm just like, no.
Oh, he's lonely.
Yeah, no. Everybody. I live in subsidized housing and low income housing, so everybody's very fucking lonely. These are people down on their luck, but yeah. Okay, well,
me, I like talk to everybody. Sometimes Frank will just look out the window like he's gonna be out there for a while.
Nice. No, that's a better way to be, honestly. I shouldn't be so antisocial. I'm just exhausted.
Never used to be until I started working retail. Now I just can't shut up.
That's funny.
You're so fake.
Retail will bring it out of you, for sure. Yeah, if you're good at it. I hate the fucking people in retail who don't care about customer service.
Oh, yeah.
They're the worst people in the fucking world. Like, why can't you just take pride in your job and help me for a fucking second? Like,
have you ever spent time at the DMV? Those are the worst people in the world.
That's true. At the California DMV, 100%. Those people fucking suck. Out here, you get your license when you go to the DMV. You don't wait. You get it there.
Do ours through like the internet out here. Unless you actually have to
nice.
like take the test and stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
For sure.
Test out here is different from California.
It was easier.
I'm sure it's a lot easier. Yeah, I failed my first driving test actually, and I yelled at the instructor. I was like, "What?" And he like flinched and was like all scared.
I don't remember. Did I? No, I passed, right?
No, you passed.
I passed.
Yeah, I trained her
Yeah.
how to drive.
Okay, I'm a dog now. He trained me.
Who's a good girl?
Sexist pig.
Yeah.
All right. This has been the Let's Ruin Our Lives podcast. We are the bukkake of podcasting. Thank you so much for you guys to join me late notice like this. Bye.